Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir for a Friday night puja. I'm Yamajit, and tonight we're going to be doing a Kriya Yoga puja and Satsang. There are other videos on my channel that also show this and similar processes, and I invite you to check them out and see which ones might work best for you as an individual. So to begin, I want to talk about, actually I'm going to start with what is Kriya Yoga, and two very simple explanations. One, it's a form of meditative yoga that has been practiced by renunciates, monks that is, for thousands of years, but has been made available to the general public since 1860, largely and on a more mechanical level. It is a process where we are shifting our awareness from the external, from the mundane, everyday. We're focusing it inward and joining with that divine presence within ourselves. In this particular process, it starts out with a very simple puja. I'm going to talk a little bit about the altar setup. So, a candle or a lamp, and this represents the fire element, our consciousness, also our ability to transform. Some kind of food, fruit will be very appropriate. This is for the water element, the emotional side of our being. Some kind of incense holder for the air element, our intellect. Bottle of perfume oil, which represents the earth element. In this, we're offering our physical selves. Flowers for the ether element, our spirit. Additionally, you'll want a water pot and spoon, and this can be done very simply, even with just a water glass and a teaspoon, if that's all you have. Some kind of plate to use as an altar surface. A mala for counting mantras. Bone for Ma Kali, who will be honoring tonight, is very appropriate. And then something to offer to. And I was initially taught to use a yantra, which is a spiritual diagram. This is a three-dimensional Sri yantra carved out of a piece of garnet. So that's one example. Or a Sri yantra that's been engraved on a plate of metal or on some other surface, can even be drawn on a piece of paper or a piece of wood. And you have nothing else. A favorite stone or crystal will work. This happens to be a triangular shaped piece of stone, which represents the yoni. And then the last item is completely optional, an actual deity image. This is an image of a favorite Nepali form of Kali. This is Sveta Kali, the white Kali. She's the giver of wisdom and the dispeller of fear. So I invite you, if you have these items at hand, to set up an altar for yourself real quickly. A lot of you out there who've done this process with me already have an altar kit such as this, so hopefully you have it available. And if you don't have any of these things available right now, you're still welcome, and it's still going to be very powerful for you to join in the meditation and the chanting of the mantras. So while some of you might be getting your setups together, I'm going to make a few announcements about some upcoming events at the temple. So this coming Tuesday and the remaining Tuesdays of the month are Tuesday Satsang. We'll be sharing a gentle yoga and meditation process along with a puja. And many of these are really helpful to supplement what you might be doing in a Kriya yoga practice. So again, I highly encourage you to just look at some of the videos that are on my channel. Next Friday, we'll be doing a fire puja, probably indoor fire puja, to the Mahavidya, that is the great wisdom goddess, Matangi. And Matangi is none other than Ma Kali in the form of Ma Sarasvati. And Ma Sarasvati is associated with creation, also learning, and the arts. And one thing I'll say, I've taught at and visited a number of schools in India and Nepal, and every school I visited, there was an image of Ma Sarasvati somewhere on the campus. Something else I'll mention, it was broadcast only this evening, and it was because last week I was exposed to COVID-19 by at least 3 of my students. And so I was waiting to get tested and get the results. And I'm very happy to say I am negative for COVID-19, as are the 2 other people in my household, Jamie and Jacob. So I'm very thankful for that right now. And then looking ahead to the remaining Fridays of the month, the 3rd Friday of the month, we'll have a Yoga Nidra meditation, real deep guided meditation. And then the last Friday of the month will be the next installment of our Matrika Goddess Satsang and Puja series. And we'll be honoring the goddess Mahalakshmi. And that'll include a chanting of a very popular and very powerful Lakshmi mantra and hymn called the Sri Shuktam. So a lot of interesting things going on this month. I want to say hello to Raphael, who just sent a message to me, and I invite everyone who's watching to say a quick hello using the chat function on the bottom of your screen. Also, if you haven't before, please hit the subscribe button as well. So again, namaste and welcome. And so before we actually begin our practice, I want to do a little warm-up exercise to get us just really to go over the main steps of Kriya Yoga. So first, you need to be sitting in a comfortable posture. It can be on the floor like I'm doing with a cushion under your hips. Tilt the pelvis, makes things a little more comfortable, especially for us Westerners who've grown up all our lives and lived all our lives sitting in chairs. If the floor is really not an option for you, any comfortable chair where you can sit with a straight back will also work. I would say not a chair has too much padding. So a kitchen chair would be great. Your lazy boy recliner might not be the best option. So something to always remember in yoga, especially as we get older, there are always adaptations that we can do. And speaking of such, I'm having some knee problems right now. So in the course of tonight's program and meditation, if you see me straightening my leg and propping my knee up to make things a little more comfortable, you may see me doing that tonight. So take that comfortable position. Sitting in a chair, sitting on the floor, hands in your lap. I invite you to close your eyes and just begin breathing deeply. Slow, deep, yogic breath. Completely filling and emptying the lungs, especially those lower lobes of the lungs that tend not to have a lot of air circulating into them when we're sitting in our office chairs. And just taking a moment, ground, center yourself, prepare for the work ahead. And this would be a good time, if you desire, to just silently make a little intention for tonight's work, what we call a sankalpa. Thinking of some aspect of yourself that's ready to heal or to transform. Or something you're doing in your life that could use some divine energy. Or remembering someone close to you who's in need. And tonight I would like to think of everybody right now who is suffering from COVID-19. We're on another upsurge. Heard yesterday in the hospitals here in Denver, there are over 800 people. So divine healing energy for those suffering from COVID, and strength and comfort to those closest to them. That includes our friend Katie, who has several family members who are suffering from COVID right now. And now we're going to add a little something to our breathing. As you exhale, envision and feel a current of energy rising through your spinal column from the base of the spine through the crown of the head. And as you inhale, feel a current of energy coming through the crown of your head, coming down the spine, back to the base. So exhaling, root through crown, inhaling, crown to root. And just feel that energy circulating upwards and downwards with your breath. This is called Kriya Kundalini Pranayama, sometimes called circular breathing or magnetizing the spine. And then as you sit and breathe and move the energy, without straining, I invite you to focus your gaze just slightly upwards, so you're looking up slightly toward your third eye. And you may notice light, maybe in a circle or a ring shape. Sometimes when doing this, people note a dark, downward pointing triangle. And then a final component as you inhale and exhale, silently chant the syllable Om. So inhaling Om, exhaling Om. So as we do this for several breaths, just allow yourself to be aware of the process and just the sights and the feelings of it. Just being aware of its effects. So as we do this very simple practice, I want to acknowledge the masters of Kriya Yoga. Mahavatar Babaji, Lahiri Mashaya, Swami Ganeshananda, Narayan Dutsrimali, and my guru, Mira Pandey of Varanasi. And so I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation, and slowly opening your eyes. So what we just did is a form of Kriya Yoga that I would actually encourage all of you to try. So this is a form that could be done anytime, any place. You don't need any special props or equipment. You're just sitting and doing the meditation. The guru, Swami Ganeshananda, also known as Ganesh Baba, famous for teaching Kriya to hippies back in the 60s, and also famous for really defining the four main components of all forms of Kriya Yoga. Something you might find in your investigations is there are different forms, different styles of Kriya Yoga, but they all have four things that are in common. The first is called posture, sitting upright, nice straight back so the energy can move freely. The second is pranayama, the deep yogic breathing, focusing on the spine and moving the energy up and down the spine with the breath. In the style that I learned, is you're moving it up with the out breath and up with the out breath and down with the in-breath. And my teacher, Mira, had just a wonderful visualization with that. She said, as you're exhaling, feel as if you are offering your own prana, your own energy to the divine. And then as you inhale, the divine is offering its energy as a gift to you. So it's this mutual exchange of gifts between you and the consciousness of the universe. So posture, pranayama, focusing the gaze slightly upwards toward the third eye. It's also called pinealization for the pineal gland, which is located in this area. Pineal, pituitary, wonderful pharmacy for inducing different natural pharmacy for inducing different states of consciousness. And then the final component called pronavmentation, and that is adding a mantra with the movement of energy and the breath. So those are the four components. That's basically Kriya Yoga in a nutshell. It's a simple meditation you could start out with for about 5 minutes a day, and then slowly increase as you become more comfortable with the process till you're doing it for maybe 20 or 30 minutes at a sitting. Wonderful, transformative effects of this work. Amazing insights into things. A wonderful relief to things like stress, anxiety, depression. Sometimes another effect are opportunities falling in your direction. The right book falls into your hand. The right teacher comes along, for example. The right opportunity for you to go deeper in your spiritual practice. And just the wonderful effects of becoming closer to the divine in whatever form you're closest to, whether it's Kali or some other deity. And this very simple process that we're going to be doing, we're doing it for Kali tonight. The same mantra could also be used for Ma Durga. And then for the other deities, all you need to do is find a mantra for that deity and substitute the mantra we're using tonight with that. So it could be something like Om Gam Ganapate Namo Namah for Ganesha, or Om Sri Namah for Lakshmi, Om Aing Namah for Sarasvati, Om Namah Shivaya for Lord Shiva. If you have questions about mantras to use, feel free to email me at my YouTube channel. I'm happy to answer questions. And I'm just looking at my screen. Namaste to Susan as well. So let's go ahead and begin our puja. So the form of Kriya Yoga that I learned has this very simple puja in the beginning. This seems to have been an influence of my guru's guru, Narayan Shamali, who was a very well-renowned tantric guru. And also we're going to be singing the mantra Om out loud. And I find that really helps to deepen the process. And that mantra-based form of Kriya is another contribution of Srimali. So we're going to begin by chanting Om out loud. So as we're chanting Om, it's going to be a 2-beat Om. And while we're chanting, feel that energy raising from the root of the spine through the crown of the head. Hold breath, Om. And then as you inhale, pulling that energy through the crown back to the root. So taking a spoon of water and placing it in your hand, and placing some water in your hands, cleaning your hands. Om. With your right hand, anointing your third eye and your heart. Om. Taking up the candle or lamp and circling it 3 times. With your right hand. Om. Blessing yourself. Om. Placing the fire source back on the altar. Om. Lighting the incense. Om. Circling it 3 times. Om. Placing it in the holder. Om. Om. Taking a little water and offering it just to cool the atmosphere. Om. Om. Taking up the food and circling it with the right hand. Om. And giving it as an offering. Om. Then taking the perfume oil and placing it on your middle or ring finger. Om. Anointing your yantra and or deity images. Om. Om. Then offering flowers. Om. 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 Bringing the palms of your hands together in Anjali Mudra. Om. Bowing to the altar. Om. So that's the very simple puja. Anyone can do it, and everybody should be able to perform a puja whenever they need to, whenever they want to. So the next phase is a cleansing and a blessing rite. We're going to use the water pot and spoon. And the first is just an overall cleansing. We're going to place a little water in our left hand, cover it with our right. And this is where we're going to use our mantra the first time. Om, Aing, Reem, Kleem, Chamundaye, Viche. Om, Aing, Reem, Kleem, Chamundaye, Viche. And scatter it overhead. So we've done a cleansing for the outside. Now we're going to do a cleansing and blessing for the inside. We're going to take 3 sips of water. So taking some water, putting it in your left hand. First sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Second sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Third sip. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then we're going to, with our right hand, we're going to put the thumb, middle finger, and ring finger together into Apana Mudra. This is a mudra of both cleansing and energizing. And we're going to place it on the back of our head to energize this line right along the third eye. And with our left hand, we're going to flick away the rest of the water, like we're getting rid of all the distractions. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And now we're going to do a self-blessing where we're going to be Nyasa blessing, where we're going to be placing the mantra in different parts of the body. So we're going to place some water in our left hand again. We're going to dip with all 5 fingers and first anoint the corners of our mouth. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Sides of the nose. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Corners of the eyes. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Both ears. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Shoulders. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. Knees. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then flick the rest overhead. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And so now we're going to finally do the last part is hallowing of the space. So we place some water in our right hand. We're going to dip with all 5 fingers and first flick the water to the front. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche to the right. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche behind. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche to the left. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And overhead one more time. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. So now we take up the mala. And we're going to do 108 repetitions of our mantra. First, we're going to anoint it with some water. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. And then we're going to chant that same mantra. And I'm going to do it out loud, although doing it silently or as a whisper is also an option if you're practicing on your own. Om Aing Reem Kleem Chamundaye Viche. 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 Om Aum Rim Klim Chamundai 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 Viche. Breathe deeply. Just feel the effects and the energies of the mantra becoming one with you. For healing, for wisdom, for guidance, for ourselves, for those closest to us, and for all humanity. Slowly open your eyes, offer the mala, offer a flower with it. So the steps we just did are preparing us for the true Kriya. We're going to sit with our back straight. We're going to be breathing deeply, chanting Om with the out breath, moving the energy up from the root through the crown. As we inhale after each repetition of Om, bringing that energy back into us through the crown, back to the root. Eyes turn slightly toward our third eye. We're going to do 36 rounds, which will take us about 5 minutes. That'll be a good beginning place. And then as you practice this, you can extend that time. Now, relaxing the eyes, letting the breath return to normal. And just meditating in stillness and silence for the next few minutes. Meditating from within yourself. If thoughts or other things still manifest while you're in this space, just observe them from a safe, non-attached distance. Let them come, witness them, and then just let them go. Even just a minute in stillness and silence has wonderful healing properties. And as you feel yourself coming back from the meditation, just take a deep and clearing breath. Slowly opening your eyes. Bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Expressing gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice. And gratitude to the divine in all forms. And namaste. So for those of you joining me tonight or watching the recording, again, I highly recommend that you practice this meditation on a daily basis, either in the full form that we did just now or in the much simpler form that we did as a warm-up. And just be aware of the differences that you find it making in your life. I want to thank everyone for joining me this evening. Have a wonderful night, wonderful few days ahead, and hope to see you on Tuesday for our Satsang. Namaste. Blessings always. Jai Mata Di.